Cops, Chad Gribble appointed as the new assistant head coach here at the football club. What made him the right man for that particular role?
I think obviously with the head coach coming in, we thought about spending a couple of weeks to making sure we get the right person. Me and Danny spoke about it as well as obviously the board, and I think we'd interviewed a few people, and over the 2 weeks that Chad was with the first team, it was massively apparent that he fits the bill. I was really impressed with when he came in the summer, the work he's done with the academy, with the 18s. He spent 12 years at Exeter working his way up, and felt like you can try and get somebody in who you don't really know, who you're sort of not taking a gamble on, but this guy's been in the building for 6 months and we've been able to have a look at him and we know what we're getting with him. A fantastic coach, a fantastic person, somebody that has an unbelievable work ethic and buys into everything that we're trying to do.
He's had a lot of experience, you touched on there, in academy football. Do you feel now is the right time? He's ready for that step up into the first team?
Yeah, 100%, and I think it's exactly the same across the board. I think myself, Danny, Chad, as well as a lot of the staff, we're all in it together. We're all going to develop and learn and move forward together. Again, we genuinely believe in what we're trying to do, and Chad can be a big part of that.
What in particular are the qualities that stood out for you that enable him to sort of flourish in this?
I think confidence in his coaching ability, the way he communicates, his work ethic, how hard he works, how organised he is, how process driven he is. Everything that we need in an assistant head coach is what he's got. So again, why would we go out and get somebody and take a gamble on when Danny didn't have anybody particularly that he wanted to work with, specifically that he'd worked with before? So whoever we bring in, it's not a risk, but it's a calculated risk, whereas we don't need to take that with Chad. He's ready for that opportunity, he's hungry, he wants to prove that he can do it at first team level, and what we saw in the 2 weeks, there's no reason why he can't.
You've spoken a lot about getting the right people in the building who are right for this group of players, and it's clear to see, even in that short interim period where he had 1 or 2 sessions in between manager and head coach being appointed, the players really bought into his ideas, didn't they, and took him on board as a person as well.
Yeah, and it's almost like a trial period without it being a trial period. You've got 2 or 3 weeks to impress. The way he sort of transitioned straight from being told, look, you're going to take the first team, never batted an eyelid, never shrunk, never shirked responsibility, was preparing without the manager for the week ahead. Just the way he communicated with everybody that was involved, the way he's done it with the 18s. For me, it was a no-brainer. And when obviously Danny agreed and was really happy with the appointment, we sort of decided to do it.
Yeah, the framework we want as a football club, and you want to implement as well, the personality he's got is key to that, and getting the right people in place is always going to be arguably as important. How are they as a person before what skills have they got coaching?
Yeah, because then you can develop that person, and that's what it's about. It's about where are we as a group of players, where are we as a group of staff, and then recognising how do we improve and get there together collectively. And I feel like we have got that synergy right across the football department at the minute, and we didn't really want to disrupt that, and by bringing Chad in, it's sort of, he can add to that and improve and develop, like I said, together.
Is it fair to say you had sort of your eye on him to try and make a move up to first team, whatever sort of role that was in? You'd sort of earmarked him as somebody who could make that progression fairly
100%. I think we were lucky the fact that he'd moved from Exeter up north with his girlfriend, so he was moving. He didn't want to move away from Exeter, but the sort of move north made him look for a job in this area, and we were fortunate enough to get him. So when he came in, and when you see him coach and when you see him deliver sessions, it was like, this guy could move up into the first team. So when the opportunity came about, it's making sure that it's a right fit, but also understanding why we're doing it. I think there will be people questioning maybe we need an experienced one, but for us it's exactly what we need. It's exactly what we think will work moving forward, and almost short, medium and long term, that's the right fit.
another appointment within the coaching staff. Paul Green will now be first team transition coach. What will that role entail from the club's perspective?
Again, it's something that I believe you need it at this level. I think you need it, when you've got a lot of young players, 60% of our squad, I've said it before, that are in that development phase. The lads that aren't playing, they need that coach, that person that's going to educate, develop and give them understanding of what's expected. I think when you only have two, it's really hard for them players to get what they need to improve and develop and sort of try and get into the first team. So I think him being in his sort of starting out in his coaching career is the perfect combination. He's had a fantastic career, especially at this football club. One of the most decorated players at this club. Had an international career, played at the highest level. So he's got the experience. But then you go back to values and him as a person. He's had disappointments. He's had setbacks. He's had to get through that. He's got the full package for me. And in that transition period, it's having that person that understands what it takes and then delivering it and communicating it to the players.
Because he's got that energy and personality, hasn't he, that sort of bounces off people as well. And he's a popular figure among the football club, whether that's from people who play with him like yourself or academy staff who've worked with him and even the first team boys now as well.
100%, and it's not just that gets him the job. It's his coaching ability as well, his understanding and his work ethic as well of wanting to improve players. Not every manager and coach and transition coach want to improve players. They want to improve their personal situation or they want to get to where they want to get to. But for me, it's about the players. It always has to be about the players. The two people that we're bringing in, they want to develop and improve players, and that's the most important thing.
He has now announced his retirement from playing. He's obviously been playing semi-pro with Worksop this season. You touched on briefly there the career he has had. 3 promotions with Rovers, I think more than 200 appearances, went on to be an international and play for some really big clubs, Derby, Leeds United, Ipswich, clubs like that. How big a moment is this for him? Because it's obviously the next step in his life and his career, but to finally say you're hanging the boots up is a big moment for any player, isn't it?
It's a massive step, and for him to play and still be playing at almost 40 is a testament to his character, the way he is. He's not playing at the highest level at 40. He's gone down the pyramid, and it's not deterred him. He's because he loves the game, because he loves what he does, and that's no different in when he comes in every morning and he greets everybody and he's with the players and he's coaching. They're the type of people we want in the building. So yeah, it'll be disappointing for him in a way, but at the same time, he's coming into a fantastic environment where he's going to learn and develop with the new head coach. He's already done that with Chad. I spoke to him when he was 16s. The amount of knowledge and experience he learned from Chad was unbelievable, and another reason why he spoke so highly of him. So I think it's a big decision for him, and I know how much playing football means to Greeny. So for him to go, I'm willing to park that and go into this role is massive for the football club. It
shows how serious he is about his coaching career, isn't it, and improving and really challenging himself as well.
Without a doubt, but it also shows how much he thinks of what we're trying to do and the people that are in place. Not everybody would do that if they didn't think they could learn and develop and move forward and grow with what's happening. I genuinely think that, and I'm really excited, and I know he is with what could potentially happen moving forward.